Hi, it's Alice, and this is a bit of a rant, but this is something complained about the new Spirit of Fire. It was going to be a season 6, but it's been like trimmed down to just a season which contains only like 23 items. And if you pay for it, you get to keep this operation forever, and then you just got this extra weapon. There is a much bigger deal, because if you look in the shop, like this right here, you get loads of content there, and it seems to contain the best of all for that armor core, which is a new one it's called Mark IV, and through here you get to buy different armor kits, and there's also a bundle. Now the big deal is that in this operation, you do have a lot of emblems and weapon charms, but you only get one set of armor, which is kind of a bit cool. But then eventually people would be like switching over to like Mark IV, and only kinds of items they have would be to deal with this helmet there. And I think a lot of people will be like sticking with those parts there. According to this content update, not only you can like use all those helmets on it, but you also have all the different visors, and recently now you can like put different shoulder pads on it. If you look in the shop there, you get to unlock all those extra content, which you have to pay like 1,800 credits, which equates to something like about £15, but it's actually $18 in the US. And you get the extra things like coatings and all the attachments there. And it's basically the similar one for the other two pots, which is also included in this bundle. But you get even more like armor kits that you got, like a coating, helmets, all the armor pieces. And it's just like you go through this 5 unique customizations there, which sells for about around 1,800 credits. But what's even crazy is that this one, which is supposed to have a cool sniper model, which I would appreciate like bonus on own, but you also have to buy the extra effects on the Spartan, which you have arc reaction, retropology, and even some like extra armor effects. And all this you had to pay like 1,800, which is the same as paying for one of these armor combinations. It's just kind of crazy, because you know that the battle passes, you usually get the battle passes where you pay like 1,500 credits for these, but now you get them as operations where you pay like 500 to keep them and unlock 23 items. This one only lasts for 30 days, and there will be more operations, including like Cyber Showdown 3 and the Yapping 2. But if you were to get all those armor kits, which it used to be in like season 6, but now you have to like, which I imagine these are like a premium ones because you get the bundle, but it doesn't have any additional exclusive items with it. But those ones, you can definitely tell it just belongs in the season. And this is where it gets weird, because if you were to buy all of these and that just to make a complete season, it just you multiply by 6, and I think it just kind of like goes close to 100 quid. But if you combine these two, yeah, you'd probably be paying about 120 quid or even $200 for the complete set. Where if you get the battle pass and it contains many of these, you just end up like only paying that much. But what's even crazy is that instead of fire, there's no credits. It's just XP boosts. And you only get like a few bits, like only a few coatings on armor pieces. And it's just kind of annoying, because if you were to pay for it and then you get credits with it, you should have extra credits where you can like purchase any of the content in the shop. And I feel that would actually make it better. But instead, it's just like you get 3 items, and for this one, you only like pay for cosmetics as well. Many people who've been playing a lot of Halo Infinite also complained about this too, where one of them even said it's like 87% of all the items are kept behind a paywall. I just raising this up because I think it's just got to the point where 343 Industries has now moved on to provide more content for the game, and it's just mostly cosmetics, because according to the January update, you only get like a map. I don't know if there's any further updates down the line which could add more maps, but it does add more to the Forge. but there could have been like some weapons, like the double barrel shotgun, or even the fuel rod cannons. I mean, those would be great. Also, it just unlocks, brings back the year one bundles, which now has the coatings and the weapon stuff, like all unlocked as cross-core content. But if you look in the shop, it's just like, you see the year one items, and you can only buy any one of these, and it only shows like 5 when it came out with 8, which then brings up to the total of 9. At the start, you have like 8, which turns it into 9, because one of them is changed into like optic. And if you can see it here, this, you can buy that. You used to buy this in the shop, but EU United just went down. But the one I'm most excited to get is, of course, the Navi one. And I thought, wow, this just looks so good. But the trouble is that you can't buy it in the shop, because I found out through social media that Navi is dropping out of Halo tournament, because these championship items are meant to like pay extra money for the teams competing in the tournament. So since Navi left, you no longer get it. And I think there was a few other kits where you no longer get to buy it. And Fnatic, I think there were some things that just kicked them out of the tournament as well. But EU United went down. Is just like, if you just missed out on those items when like Halo Infinite first came out with the multiplayer, then you totally missed out. And that's where it just gets really annoying. And even these are like kept in the shop. It's like, haha, you like these? Well, tough, you just kind of missed out, because the ones that compete in the tournament, you can buy them, and that kind of sucks. What doesn't suck though is that some of the coatings are now cross-core. And you know this, the nail varnish thing? Yeah, this one is an OP, which used to come with a nail varnish, and I got it. And I think this one is like cross-core, but you can currently get it in Mark 7, and as well as like, I believe Mark 4 armor kits as well. So at least they're already like making armor coatings more cross-core, like this one. Neon Superfly, as well as Midnight? I don't know, I came in the later season, but hey. You'll probably reach the end of the video and you just feel like, oh, it's just a free-to-play game. And it's no problem as long as there's microtransactions. Like, if you just compare to, say, like a Modern Warfare 3 that came out and you had to pay full price of the game as well as microtransactions, same like Mortal Kombat 1. Like, when it comes to free-to-play games and you offer battle passes, it offers the most amount of money for these ones, and you get loads of content. Like, here's a reach, like about 100 items. That's cool. But now it's just like, you only stick with it for operations like Spirit of Fire, and you only get 23 items, and you only pay for it to keep it around, and then just have an extra weapon there. And when you have lots more items, you have to pay individually for it. It just kind of suggests as if, like, 3 for free, like, you think as if they're just moving towards a new game, but now it just falls into one of those other failing live service games that not only provides a lot of cosmetics to it, but expects you to pay a lot more money in order to keep the game running. It's not something that it's just really annoys me. It's just something that it just makes me, well, worried for the game's future. And I just feel it's like as if the 343 is likely to like easily abandon it as they aim for the next game. Do you think it's particularly fair to have to put lots of new content like helmets and shoulder pads behind the paywall? Or is it just like a bit sleazy and just expects you to pay more when the battle passes could have like given extra credits just like in seasons 3 and beyond? And do you miss like 2023 when there's like got some like really impressive seasons like Infection and Echoes of Within? I mean, those are really fantastic. Just like this video and comment below, and hope you enjoy the Halo Infinite, because Spirit of Fire is just like really good. Mark 4 is like probably likely to be the best armor core in the game so far, and if paying for it gives you the classic assault rifle look, and I'm really rocking it right now. So it's like, wow, it's awesome. But until then, catch you all later and see you in the battlefield. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at xmarksbox on Twitter, or X Marks the Box on YouTube, and follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.